Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are y'all doing? Hello. Hello, Doom to Doom. How are you? You doing well? You doing okay? That's good. Better than not being okay. Oh yeah, y'all, I have some big news today. Hi, Sue. How are you? Y'all, I have some big news. So, like... Good, that's good. Why am my chat hate me? Oh my god. All my widgets are like breaking. Anyway. Anyway. So guess what, y'all? You know how I went to like a job fair like 2 days ago? Like I mentioned in my last stream on like Wednesday? Well, guess what, y'all? And by the way, let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud as well. It's loud for me. But yeah, so I went to a job fair 2 days ago and I think I marketed myself pretty well. A bunch of people said that they were gonna call me back and only 2 people reached out. And guess what, y'all? I got hired from one of those 2 people. So now I'm officially employed as a certified pharmacy technician. Yay! So, let's go ahead and I'll just talk about maybe the interview for a little bit and then I'll move on to the PTCB exam prep stuff. That's great. Yeah, it is. So, I'll talk about... You can tell I have ADHD. Hold on, let me move the check-in widget. Like, why is it like this? There you go. Maybe like that. No. And the alt. Hashtag scuff every day, y'all. Anyway. So, I got to the job fair about 30 minutes early and literally couldn't do anything for 30 minutes. And I was told that they were gonna give us lunch, but they only gave lunch to the people who were setting up booths, like the employers. So I was like, whatever. But I managed to contact the hospital that I applied to. Like, they were there. So I went and introduced myself. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a certified pharmacy technician. I have my IV certification. I have the sterile compounding USP 797 and USP 800 certification. And I would like to be hired. And they're like, oh my god, you're exactly what we've been looking for. Did you apply online? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Would you like to see my resume? And they're like, oh, I didn't see your resume. So they took it and they're like, oh my god, you are exactly what we're looking for. We're gonna reach out to you. So that's exactly what they haven't done yet. The hospital hasn't reached out to me yet. But that day I had like 4 job interviews I scheduled because you could schedule them with employers who were looking to hire for like the franchises, I guess, pharmacy franchises. And my first interview I think went really well. Very well, I think. In fact, they're the only ones who called me back aside from the other hospital that I talked to. that emailed me to say they didn't have positions open, but they called me the next day at like 9 a.m. and I answered the call after they called me 3 times.
Yes, I'm your baby.
I'm bald now. Anyway. So so I what's it called? I answered their call after like they called me 3 times. Cause like, you know, the iPhone has like a new feature where they screen your calls, like they pick it up and ask the person on the other side who they are, and they have to answer in order for my phone to ring. Well, that's what it was trying to do, but I guess it didn't record her the first 2 times, so I picked up the 3rd time she called because, like, I don't know, my phone was being weird. Hi, Nickel! And then, what's it called? They were like, can you come in tomorrow for an interview? Yesterday they called me and said that. I'm like, for sure, I'll come in and do the interview. And they're like, can you do 1:30? And I said, yes. And then I had another, it's not like a job interview, but an interview with a college I'm applying to get into their PharmD track program. They needed to review my transcripts and let me know like what steps I needed to take to apply to their program and stuff. I had that at 8 a.m. So but yeah, so this morning I talked to the school about the PharmD program, and they're like, yeah, you should apply, here's a code, you don't have for the application fee waiver, and go for it, girl. And I'm like, okay. So after this semester finishes and I get my final grades, I'll be able to transfer over to the PharmD track in a different school. And then at like I left my house around 12:40 because the pharmacy that I got the interview at is only like 5 minutes away from home, which is awesome. And then I got there like super early and ended up having to sit for 15 minutes because I got there at 12:50, stayed in my car for 8 minutes, went inside, and then I ended up waiting for 15 minutes for my interview anyway. And the pharmacy is so tiny, it's so cute, but they're also the 2nd busiest pharmacy of that franchise in the city, so I'm like, oof. Oof. But yeah, I'm excited. I got hired. She was nice. I think she was already planning on hiring me from the moment I came in. She didn't really ask me too many questions. I think the guy I interviewed with at the job fair really liked me and said a bunch of good things about me, and that's why she was already ready to hire me. She opened like a job rec just for me to apply to, and I am currently waiting for the email to come through for it, but they sent me like a tax form, which I did already. Yeah, no. Yeah, I got like the tax form that says that I've been employed, but also I haven't gotten the offer letter, so I'm waiting for that. So if you suddenly see me stop talking in stream and lock in, that's probably what I'm looking at. Because I check every few minutes. Because I really want to see how much they're gonna pay me. Like, not that I wouldn't do it if it wasn't a good pay. It's just that I'm curious. Because before, when I worked as an uncertified, like I wasn't certified yet, pharmacy technician, it was kind of like I was only getting paid $16.50. So I wonder, as a certified pharmacy technician, how much I'm gonna get paid at this pharmacy. So shaking. I've been waiting all day since she said I was hired. Know what I mean? But yeah, they seem nice, and the patients seem chill, better than before. And I did tell them I was interested in immunizing, like to be trained to become an immunizer. So I'll probably learn how to give vaccines to people. And it's a part-time job, so it's like 20 to 30 hours, which isn't bad with my school schedule. But I'm excited. Anyway, who wants to do math? Or at least I can start math. I have a pharmacy calculations for technicians textbook. I kind of wanted to go over math because there's a lot of math on PTCB. Not me, math is hard when tired. Well, maybe it'll make you sleep. So, essential skills is the metric system, apothecary system, ratios, dimensional analysis / ratio proportions, and rounding numbers. So micrograms are 1/1,000,000, milligrams are 1/1000, centi 1/100, deci 110, base unit, and then kilo 1000. So how I your head is already spinning. Well, the metric system is pretty important in pharmacy because everything is like dosed exactly. Like, for example, if you look at a syringe, it's not going to be calculated in inches or centimeters, it's calculated in milliliters. I love math. Hello, modern interactive media. How are you? Yeah, so for example, if you look at a syringe and say you need to draw a certain milligram of medication. So for example, say I am living, that's for sure. Oof. Well, congrats on living, cause tough out here. Okay. So say you need to withdraw, not withdraw. Say there's a 10 milliliter vial and you need to draw up like and I need a whiteboard. Hold on. I think I have one on this app. So I'll just draw it here. So and oh my god, it's scuffed. 10 ml bottle, and there's 1 milligram per ml. How do I go back? Is there a back button? Can you see it? Is it okay, this color? Is this color okay, y'all? A little darker would be better. Okay, give me one. Would red work? Nah. Black? And oops. Yeah, black is better. And L. Oh my god, my mouse. An ml vial. 1 milligram per ml. So how many milligrams do you think would be in a 10 ml vial if it's 1 milligram per 1 ml? 10. Yep. So say I need to draw up milligram is 10. No. Milligram is the dosage of the medication. Hold on. Oops. My mouse hates me. I need a new mouse, y'all. Milligram equals there. Does that make sense? So it's gonna be really messy on this whiteboard. 1 milligram is equal to 1 ml. Does that make sense? Does that make sense now, Modern? But yeah. So I bet Twitch is wondering who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to the red app at the moment. So let's say ratio and proportion, right? I need to draw up I need to draw up 5 mLs in a syringe. I mean, not 5 mLs, 5 milligrams in a syringe. Aw, I gave the answer away. Hold on, let me think of it. Say I need to draw 6 milligrams in a syringe. So, be 6 milligrams. Oops. I could be on Twitch, but gotta keep you on your toe. It's okay. 6 milligrams per x ml equals 1 milligram over 1 ml. And in case you're wondering, almost any math in pharmacy can be solved using ratio and proportion. So let's see. So first you would cross multiply. So it'd be 6. D equals hold on, why am I so blinking? It's hard to do it on the computer like this. I'm sorry. So you multiply that and then divide by that. Do you see my cursor at all? No? Okay. Oops. It's a little too big stick. You get how I got it? So say hold on, I need to show the steps. So 6 times 1 equals 6 divided by 1. I can't remember how to do this math, but I think I understand how you got that. Feels good, so good to see real calculations, lol. Yeah. So you multiply 6 by 1. And then you divide it by 1. Does that make sense? Because... how do I explain this? Oh my god, I wish I went with my professor sometime. Let me make it a little harder, hold on. I think I can do it if it's harder. So let's say 10 ml vial. Oops. ml vial is 2.5 2.5 milli. My mouse. Milligram per 1 ml. So that would mean there are 2.5 milligrams in 1 ml. So say I need to draw 3 mLs. So 2.5 over 1. Hi Soa! Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the check-in. What's it called? And then 3 M. The M is so hard to draw on with mouse. Okay. I wish I could type. Can I type this? No? Okay. Anyway, I'm trying my best, okay, y'all? Doing okay. Just installed that house for my parents. Ooh. So you would multiply 2 points. So 1x equals 2.5 times 3. Calculator. I need a calculator. I know it's simple math, but I don't like the brain. That would be 7.5. So divide by 1. X equals 7.5 milligrams. Because remember, we're looking for milligrams. Well, let me change the color of that. Milligrams. Does that make sense? Simple math ruins even the greatest math professors' trust. It's always the simple math. It does? That's good. I'm sorry, my handwriting is kind of scuffed because my mouse hates me. I don't know why. I don't have like a writing tablet or anything, so it's kind of... But yeah. So does everyone understand how I got... Oof. Let me 7 a little longer. 7.5. Ah! I need an eraser. .5. There we go. Does everyone know how to convert this into grams? So say I wanted to dose it in grams instead of milligrams. How many places would I move the decimal? To the left or to the right? Two? No. So you would multiply it, divide it. Would you multiply or divide? Left, like a 3. Yep, exactly. So my professor tells me to never multiply or divide decimals when converting it into a different gram, milligram, microgram, because if you get used to doing that, then you're bound to make a mistake. So what I like to do, I like to write the number down and move the decimal. It's easier in my little brain that way, I don't know. So 7.5. Or you can do ratio and proportion. Oops. Need to scoot that over. 7.5. As I said, anything in math and pharmacy can be ratio and proportion. Oh my god, my zeros are tough. milligram. Does everyone get it? I like to move the decimal because it's faster, but this is actually the right way to do it. So you multiply. So 7.5 equal to 1,000 x divide. Then I'm giving up on my zeros. Hold on. Divide 1,000. Does everyone know what that is? What is x? Zero point 0 0 7 5. Ta-da! So, one thing to remember in the pharmacy is never drop the leading 0 in front of the decimal, and always drop the trailing 0 after the decimal. So for example, if I were to put like 0.00750, that is actually very wrong, and it can cause mistakes in medication. So no. But say I were to write 7.5 0. Get rid of this. No, get rid of that 0. Drop. Anyway, 0, 7, 5, like that. That's actually also wrong, because people would assume if there's a 0 in front of the 7 that it's actually a decimal here, right? That's wrong. And that can also cause medication mistakes. So always drop the trailing 0. Never drop the leading 0. Does that make sense? For example, another example. Say it was this. Would you drop the 0 right here? Would you drop the 0? Exactly. Because if you were to move the decimal, it's still very important. It's like a actual number in the equation. But in pharmacy, you typically round to this decimal point, the hundredths place. I had to think about what I was about to say for a minute. You typically round to the hundredths place if you're calculating stuff, aside from like the weather and syringes. But even like in the hospital when I was externing and I was in the IV room, the decimal, like, my professor said, oh, you can round to the tenths place when you're calculating liquid. No, you can't. They actually got the 1 milliliter syringe and drew up the 0.2, you know. And the NPTA suggests you can only fill the syringe 70%, and you can only keep it 20% minimum, 70% maximum. Does that make sense? But do you get how to calculate metric now? It's not that hard, I think. Just ratio and proportion. So let's say you want to calculate eye drops. Wanna do that now? Can I erase the board? Everyone okay with that? Let's do it. Okay. Hi, Toki! Hello! So, 1 ml equals 20. Oh. Oops, I don't know. Oh my god, the O's. We are doing some pharmacy math. One ml equals 20 drops. So say we have a 10 ml bottle of eye drops. Let's say it's Zalatan. Zalatan's eye drop. I'm not being dumb. No, let's say it's latanoprost. That's I know that's eye drops for sure.
Hi guys!
Woo! Hello! Thank you for the follow. Hello, Mr. Strawberry. Oh my god, my mouse is gonna kill me. Why is it like this? Latanoprost. I think the brand name of latanoprost is Zalatan. I'm not being dumb. I am right. Okay, I'm being dumb. Does everyone know where latanoprost is stored? Just kidding. Let's say you want to go find a bottle of latanoprost. Where would you find that? In the pharmacy. Can anyone guess? No? I'll give you a hint. It's not on a shelf. Never heard of it? Well, this one's special. This one's a special eye drop. Very sensitive. Where would you think a special sensitive eye drop would be stored? I'll give you another hint. It's the reason I'm wearing this little jacket. Or blankie, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. It's stored in the fridge. Classic PTCB question. Anyway, so let's say you have a 10 ml bottle of eye drops. Oh yeah, Doom to Doom, you got it right. Oh, is my stream lagging? I swear I turned it on low latency. Oof, yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, so let's say I have a 10 ml bottle of eye drop. And in 1 ml, there's 20 drops. How many... That's not the calculator. How many eye drops is in this bottle? $200? Yep. So in one bottle there's 200 drops. In a 10 ml bottle there's 200 drops of eye drop Latana Plus. And let's say we need the doctor's sig. You're asking me to do things I haven't had to do in a good while. Good exercise before bed. Good brain exercise. Okay. So let's see. Let's say the doctor's sig, I'll write it above my head, is oh no. My mouse. And still 2 drops. Does anyone know what I just wrote? Any pharmacy nerds here? I guess the latency must be a lot. I wonder why. I don't know much unless I've taken it before. Well, this is more like the doctor's directions to the pharmacy. You know what I mean? So let's translate this sig. I'll write it in food and still food up. I also mishears you. It's okay. In both eyes every day. That makes sense? So, say you pick up a bottle of eye drops from the pharmacy, and the doctor's instructions to you were to instill 2 drops in both eyes every day. How long do you think this bottle of 200 drops would last? Let's do the math. Maybe I'll scoot over, I don't know. Oh. Cutie? No. Let me make my thumb. Quick. Oh. QID. No. Once daily. Yeah, it means every day. I should specify once daily though. You're right. So when I mean cutie, I say every day, but it's specifically once daily, you're right. Because if it was, for example, QID, it would be 4 times a day. But just once a day, cutie is every day. Or daily. So you're right, but I'm also right. But I should be specific when dealing with patients. But let me erase. Oh, I even shouldn't use once. No. No, you're right, Modern. And I see the answer in Twitch chat. So let me scoot over a little more. Like in the corner. There we go. So instill 2 drops in both eyes 1 time a day. That would be so that would be you would multiply the sig. So 2 times 2 times 1. 2 times 2 times 1 equals 4. 4 drop. I'm giving up on my O's and zeros. I'm sorry, y'all. 2 times 2 times 1 is 4 drops. 100 drops. There we go. So 200 times 1. 200 equals 200 for x divided by 4 both sides, and that would be x equals 50. I'm pretty sure. I'm making these math problems up, so if they turn out scuffed, I'm sorry. I'm not taking it from a textbook or anything. Yep, 50. So it lasts 50 days. That makes sense? Let me check my email. Still nothing. Yay, I math. Yes, you did, Thor. Good job. Let me drink some water really quick. Okay. Yeah, math. Oops. Or said the same thing as I typed this. Excuse me, okay? It's okay. No worries. Uh-oh. If my phone dies, I might have to go to PNG tuber mode. Cause I do my VTuber tracking through my phone and it's at 20% for some reason, even though it's plugged in. Doom spelled it better. You were both right, no worries. What else can I do? Coincidences, am I right? Sorry, ignore that. Oh, I didn't see it, don't worry. Let's. You guys want to do apothecary unit or something else? I mean, I can show you maybe how to calculate insulin. But even I need to review that before I actually start working in the pharmacy again, so it might be a good review. Hello? What is that? Do you know what diabetes is? For example, it's your stream, do what you want. Thank you. I don't think this book has insulin. That's weird. Let me check this. Oh no, the ad. I don't want to do dosage calculations. I want to calculate insulin level. Maybe it's in my other textbook. Federal requirement. Patient safety, yes. I am looking. For insulin. Hold on. Am I supposed to be in an ad? Maybe. It says that you're all in ads on my end. Even this book doesn't have insulin. What's wrong with it? Yeah. It knows me so well. Latency and mass challenges. Dreams battling latency and mass challenges. The Syracuse got answers. 200 divided by 4. Nailed it. And I missed the brainy. Oh god. There we go. Oh my god. Slurs, good answers, nailed it, and I missed the brainy band to the hidden apothecary mystery. Keep those cozy vibes flowing, Akira. Nice. Okay, so I can't find an insulin math problem in my textbook. So, guess we won't be doing that. I'm on mobile, but it must have glitched the ads for me. I'm gonna stretch really quick. Let me stretch. So do you guys want to do more math, or you want to talk about medications? What do you guys want to do? I have like ADHD, so I'm fine with whatever. Anything but talking about medication sounds fun. For sure. Totally not tired. Do you want to know something funny about my PTCB exam? Like, I can't tell you what I did, what was on it, or anything. And I can't give you, like... Well, I guess I can give you advice, but I can't tell you what was on my test for, like, 3 years. According to the contract I signed at the end. Sorry, Kia, I'm gonna bed now. Catch you next stream. Bye, Sawa. You learn any pharmacology doing what you do? I do. So there's many interactions. There's the therapeutic.
Hi guys.
Hello, Mono.
Bingo!
Oh, 300. Thank you. Thank you, Feather Dust, for following. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yippee, 300? Yep. Hello, Feather Dust. Nice to meet you. And how are you, Mono? Are you doing well? I just have some little background music today because the silence from last time was kind of higher. I forgot how scuffed my little guy is. So, some things that pharmacy technicians have to learn in order to pass the PTCB is pharmacology, because our role in the pharmacy is to better help the pharmacists with their daily duties, so they're not spending all their time doing things that we as technicians could help them with. I'm doing good, just writing my lore book. I'm finally almost done. Awesome. So we learned about pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics, the pharmaceutics, therapeutics, toxicology, and pharmacognosy. pharmacognosy. I don't know how to speak English, I'm sorry. I had to look at that a second time and go, oof, I said that wrong. Anyway, so we need to know each drug's primary indications or the common intended use for specific diseases, and each drug's contraindications or the specific situations in which the drug should not be used because it will be harmful to a patient. So I don't know if you know, but when you pick up a medicine from the pharmacy, at least in America, I don't know if other countries have pharmacy technicians. But we're the ones typing your prescription into our system. Sometimes the pharmacist helps if there's too many, but usually we type it, it gets sent to the pharmacist reviews it. If there's a mistake, they send it back to us. If not, they approve it, and then it gets printed in the back for the technician to fill, and then the technician fills it and gives it to the pharmacist. The pharmacist checks it, make sure it's right strength, right drug, right patient, right medication, everything. And then we put it in the basket, and then we wait for the patient to come pick it up. So pharmacy technicians really help the what the hell did you do to your character mono at the bottom? I just saw it. Anyway. So we need to know the drug-to-drug interactions, drug-to-disease interactions, drug-to-dietary supplement interactions, drug-to-laboratory interactions, and drug-to-nutrient interactions. I got someone else's medication once from my pharmacy. Did you call them and return it? Don't question it. Oof. Well, hello, Elfie Singles. OMG, I'm glad I didn't miss this. I'm doing PTC prep right now. Did you already take the exam? I did. I passed on my first try, though. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of it. How are you, Elfie Tingles? OMG, nice? Yup. Of course, it was a heart medicine. Ooh. Yeah. If you pick up someone else's medication from the pharmacy, they do like a STARS thing where it's situation, task, analysis,
Yes, I'm your baby.
report, and then settle? I don't remember the last one. But basically it gets sent through the whole system of like deep analysis on why this mistake happened and how can we prevent it from happening again. Thank you for the head pats, Feather Dust. OMG, nice. Yep. So right now we're going over some medications. So an example of drug interactions. Drug-to-drug occurs when a drug interferes or reacts with another drug, may result in reduced efficacy or toxicity. For example, warfarin and NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, additive risk of bleeding, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, and triptans, risk of serotonin syndrome, nitrates and phosphodiesterase, PDE5. Yeah, I got my chicken leg. Do we have to know all the drug interactions for real? I thought that was the pharmacist's job. No, we do too, because when it's our job, like the pharmacist is not the one at the counter, you know, checking the patients out. Like, I don't know if you've ever worked in the pharmacy, Alfie Tingles, but when you're the cashier and you're checking out a patient, they ask you, hey, this is my name, this is my birth date, and I'm here to pick up my meds. So you typically, when you pull up the patient, you see their whole med profile. And if you see like warfarin and then like, I don't know, naproxen, that might be concerning. And you should definitely tell the pharmacist. Oh, I see. Yeah. And also, we're typically the ones in the pharmacy that are entering the, what's it called? The medications into the system. Like, we're the ones who type the prescription, which is why we need to know the SIGs. And, like, say you get a prescription for, like, what's an example of an ACE inhibitor? I lurk for now, Akira, have fun. Okay, Mono, have a good lurk. ACE ends in pill. ACE inhibitor. Yeah, ending in pill. Okay. So let's say the patient's taking lisinopril, for example, and they are prescribed potassium sparing. What's a potassium sparing diuretic again? I'm trying to think of an example. I was just there today. I have it on the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming through my brain. Spironolactone, yes. That's exactly what I was looking for. Anyway, so let's say a patient is prescribed lisinopril and spironolactone. Sorry, I just saw I got a Gmail notification. They'll probably send it to me tomorrow or something. Like lisinopril and spironolactone. Like spironolactone is a potassium-sparing diuretic. Lisinopril is an ACE inhibitor. If they are taken together, there's risk of hyperkalemia. I can't speak. Hyperkalemia. Kalemia. I think I said that right this time. So, You know what hyperkalemia is? I do not. Oh, hyper. Above. Hold on, let me write this down on my little whiteboard. Oh my god, my mouse. I really need a new mouse, y'all. Maybe when... I did get a job. Oh my god, I was about to say when I have a job. I do have a job. Oh, yay. Anyway. Hyper goes up. Above. Sorry, my mouse hates me. Mia in blood. So there we go. So hyperkalemia. It means there's too much potassium in the blood. Because the potassium sparing diuretic, yeah. The potassium sparing diuretic prevents the potassium from leaving the bloodstream when taking a diuretic pill. The ACE inhibitor increases the amount of potassium in your blood. I mean, in your body, I guess. So when combined, it's not that great. That's all I can say. I don't have any personal experience with this, but I'm pretty sure there's like some serious side consequences for hyperkalemia. You can end up in the ER. Yeah. That makes sense, Elfie Tingles. We also need to know the drug to disease. It occurs when a drug interferes with the patient's existing medical conditions. For example, antihistamines may cause difficult urination due to an enlarged prostate. Decongestions may worsen heart disease or high blood pressure. NSAIDs may cause fluid retention and increase blood pressure. For example, of the last one, I am prescribed a Strattera. Does anyone know the generic name of Strattera? No? Okay. Well, the generic name of Strattera is atomoxetine, and that is one of the few non-controlled ADHD medications that exist in America. I don't know about other countries, I just know about America because that's where I live. Another example of a non-controlled ADHD medication is guanfacine. Anyway. Not guanfacine, guanfacine. Okay. Anyway. So, I was told that if I were to take my Strattera or atomoxetine with ibuprofen or Motrin, it would cause my heart rate to skyrocket by my pharmacist. So you know what I do? Every time I went to the pharmacist, pick up my medication afterwards, I would ask them, is it okay if I take it with this? And if they said it was, I would take it together. If it wasn't, I wouldn't. I have to wait an hour between each dose. Hello, Taiki! Is the same true with guanfacine? No. Guanfacine does not raise your blood pressure. Strattera does. So that's why it's bad to take with like other medications. That are farm techs allowed to answer questions about drug interactions, or do they have the pharmacist talk to the patient? You would have the pharmacist talk to the patient. Because legally, you do not have the insurance that will prevent the patient from suing you. Pharmacists do. It's provided when they're hired. So say you were accidentally giving the wrong advice to a patient, and they come back to try to sue you because something happened to them, you would have no way to protect yourself. So always make the pharmacist answer those questions. I see, yeah. I mean, I'm not like a pharmacist, but I answer questions on stream. But I always make sure to add to talk to their pharmacist afterwards. But I am going to become a pharmacist, maybe starting this spring. So, we'll see. I just need to apply to the school. Anyway, so let's see. You also need to know drug to dietary supplement. The interaction or mechanism. It occurs when the drug interacts with the dietary supplement that the patient is taking. For example, warfarin and ginkgo. It may increase bleeding. St. John's wort and SSRIs may increase drowsiness and risk of serotonin syndrome. And in case you don't know what serotonin syndrome is, it's when the serotonin in your brain does not leave it. And it's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It's not fun, for sure. It doesn't make you happy, that's for sure. I know serotonin is typically associated with the happy emotion, but too much of it ain't that great. Drug to laboratory occurs when a drug causes an abnormality in laboratory testing. For example, antibiotics may cause falsely elevated glucose test results. Psychiatric medications may cause false positives on drug screening. So that's why it's always important, like what I'm about to do for my job, to get a drug test. When you're getting a drug test for your job, when you're on psychiatric medications, it's important to let them know, hey, these are the meds I'm taking, and even bring the pill bottles with you to let them know, hey, I'm taking this. Will it show up on my exam? And you show them exactly what you're taking. Because when you work in the pharmacy, you do a drug test. Do they do a more thorough test then, though? Yeah, they do. You just need to make sure that they know that you're on medication, because if they don't know and you get a false positive, then you won't be able to work wherever you're trying to work for. And then drug to nutrient occurs when a food or beverage alter the course or effects of a patient's drugs. For example, grapefruit juice may alter the effects of statins and calcium channel blockers. Cranberry juice and leafy green vegetables may decrease the effects of warfarin. Let's see what else should I talk about. Getting kind of close to 8 and I need to go at 8 because my ears are starting to really hurt again. Let's talk about neurotherapeutic index. So the neurotherapeutic index, according to the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, medications are drugs for which small differences in dose or blood concentration may lead to serious therapeutic failures or adverse drug reactions. And an adverse drug reaction is an injury or a severe harmful response caused by a single dose or extended use of a drug. So some examples of neurotherapeutic index medications is carbamazepine, an anti-epileptic agent used in the management of seizures; cyclosporin, immunosuppressant used in management of organ transplant and inflammatory conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis or ulcerative colitis; digoxin, cardiac glycoside, used in treatment and management of heart failure; levothyroxine, synthetic hormone used to treat hypothyroidism; lithium carbonate, treatment of manic episodes of bipolar disorder; phenytoin, anticonvulsant drug used in management of seizures; theophylline, xanthine, used to manage symptoms of asthma and COPD; warfarin, vitamin K agonist, used to treat various clotting and related disorders, blood clotting and related disorders. So the Institute for Safe Medication Practices, the ISMP, and by the way, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but organizations are very important on your PTCB. You gotta know them. Anyway. They create a list of high alert medications for community and ambulatory healthcare settings, long-term care settings, and acute care settings. These can be found at the ISMP website. CERT exam. Oh, that's the link. There are also lists designed to address medication concerns for vulnerable populations, such as older adults, peers, criteria, and pregnant individuals. The study supplement on these lists for vulnerable populations and other drug lists can be accessed through the links to the book. Formerly known as black box warning, box warnings are mandated by the FDA for drugs that have serious life-threatening risks. Box warnings highlight dangerous side effects, interactions, and cautions for use. I need more water, hold on. Sorry, my ASMR today is kind of stuff. What else should I do? I think that's enough studying for today. My head is starting to hurt. Let's see, what else can I talk about before I go? Oh my god, all my notes are all over the place. Let me look at this. What's in here? More studying than I did in a 4-year university. So respect. Thank you. But yeah. Oops, sorry. I almost was about to dox myself by saying out loud what I was looking at. Damn. Anyway. Did you know arthritis is an autoimmune disease? So quinolones and fluoroquinolones, too much of it can cause tendons to rupture. Hold on, let me check my email again. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. I don't know how long she's gonna be at the pharmacy today, and if she's gonna send the job offer today. The lady. Anyway. Anyway. You didn't? Yeah. And fluoroquinolones and quinolones and then oxycin, fluoxetine. Let's see what other notes I have in here. When you get older, you can't absorb calcium into bones anymore. And did you know drinking soda takes the calcium away, like the bone marrow, out of your bones? So anything carbonated is actually really bad for you. That's what my teacher told me. She's a pharmacist. And there's 206 bones in the human body. Oh my god, I drink mostly water, but that's scary to know. Yeah. Oh my lord, I have so many stuff in here. We can talk about this later. My head hurts. I'm getting a headache. Let's see, who can I read? Tweet. I don't know how to read on YouTube yet, so that'll be another time. Once again, no one I trust with my audience. Yes, y'all are going to the void. Let's go. Thank you all so much for coming today. I'm sorry the stream's kind of short again. I tried my best to make it longer. I even told people I was gonna be 30 minutes late because I wanted it to be longer than last week. Void, yay, bye, good night. Yeah. But yes, thank you everyone for coming to tonight's stream. I hope you learned a little bit. Just happy I caught it this time. Aw, thank you. If you haven't already, you can follow or subscribe. And I will see you next week for more PTCB review. And I did make an ASMR for the top 200 drugs coming out tomorrow. So if you're interested in learning about this year's top 200 drugs, part 1 comes out tomorrow around 2 p.m. I think my time, so 2 p.m. PST. Anyway, thank you everyone. Then let me take the blanket off and wave. Not that one. Bye. Bye bye. Have a great day, y'all.